Are you tired of being sick and tired? Are you falling asleep on the job? Well, today's podcast is all about fatigue. Aren't you just tired of talking about fatigue? Let's go.
Welcome to the What Up Doc University podcast, your number one resource for total body wellness. Here's your host, Dr. Mike.
Well, a happy day to you listening on your earbuds or whatever listening device you have right now. I know some people are messaging me. They're saying that, they got me on their mobile devices listening while they're exercising. Sometimes it motivates them to keep exercising. And glad to hear that, guys. Got a bunch of reviews. Thank you guys for giving us those 5-star reviews, and a lot of great feedback from people who's been implementing some of the things that we've been talking about in the past episodes, especially with the detox episodes. People are getting great results. Starting off with the 2-day water fast, a lot of people are feeling great, feeling energetic, even losing some weight. But remember, we're not focused on the weight. I got to sidestep a little bit, but you may hear that the audio may be a little bit different today because we had a couple rainstorms come into Southern California in the past couple weeks, and we found out that we had a leak in our house, actually 2 leaks in our roof. And unfortunately, the room that I record our podcast in was the carpet got flooded, so I had to take down a bunch of the acoustic treatments in the room, and then take out my normal setup. And here I am in my makeshift setup, but I wanted to still get this episode out to you guys. And we got the roofers coming in, hopefully this week, and because we got another storm system coming in. But you know what? I'm not complaining about the rain because we need it in Southern California. We've been suffering from a drought, as the news may say, and I don't think we're suffering from a drought anymore. So anyways, enough about that. January was a great month for us. We've been seeing a lot of great results in the office. Been getting a lot of feedback from positive feedback from patients. With some of the new things that we've been implementing. And, a lot of people have been really digging some of the episodes that we've been doing on the podcast. So overall, January was a great month. I'm stepping into, February, in the middle part of this first quarter. Like I said before, I'm going to be the head coach for my oldest son's baseball team. And so we got a lot of stuff on the plate. And you know what? I wouldn't trade it for the world. Loving life, loving everything what's going on, right now, especially with family. So I wanted to do this episode because there's a lot of people who've requested this specific topic, and this topic is about fatigue. And I see one of the major complaints, one of the backbones of a lot of chronic illnesses is that of fatigue. And you see that a lot of people are complaining about that. I mean, just look at in the marketplace that there's so many of these energy drinks, and you see a Starbucks on almost every single corner because everybody wants to have the energy pick me up. Everybody's complaining about being tired. So what I wanted to do was give you guys a really simple guideline on what you can do to just end fatigue in 7 simple steps, and do it in a more natural way, and do it in a way that your body can actually get back, and now you can get down to the core issue of what's causing your fatigue. So one of the things that I see a lot is that when we look, there's a difference between being tired and being fatigued, by the way. Being tired is actually a normal thing. Is you do your daily activities, and you get tired towards the afternoon and evening. Fatigue is a totally different thing. Fatigue is when you just feel empty, like you just don't have enough energy to move forward. So that's what we want to address. The other part of being tired, I mean, a lot of people just, you're gonna see when we get into it, a lot of people are just not getting adequate sleep, or they're not getting, you know, uh, quality sleep. So that's something that we need to address, um, you know, with your lifestyle. So these next 7 steps that I'm going to talk to you guys about, this is going to help about 70% of the people. Now, there's that other 30% that your fatigue is actually coming from something deeper, and meaning that by implementing these 7 steps, if you're not feeling any better, that means that you got something deeper going on. And that's the kind of things that we deal with in the office. I deal with the other 30%. So let's jump into these 7 steps. All right. Step one. Step one. All right. I mean, if you guys want to write these things down, you take some notes on this. Step one is, if you are a stimulant junkie, you need that Monster energy drink, or you need the triple shot espresso latte frappuccino thing from Starbucks. You got to cut those things out. I know I'm going to get hate mail for this, but you got to cut out the stimulants. You got to give your body this time to heal and regenerate, because what these stimulants do, especially when your body is down in this fatigue state, is these stimulants drive you further down. It's kind of like driving your car, and you're in 60, 70 miles an hour in first gear, and you never shift, and all you do is you keep pressing the gas down, and you keep going and going and going. That's what these stimulants are doing to your body. It's driving your body further, and your body's not making that proper shift. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to stop and cut out these stimulants in your body, in your day. Now, when you do this, you can't just go cold turkey, by the way. You gotta ramp down. So say you're drinking 3, 4, 5 cups of coffee, cut back down from whatever your top level is down to 1, and do this over the course of a week or so. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are not going cold turkey. You want to make sure that you are ramping down. Hey, and then it's going to take about a month or so. Now you're going to ask me, well, doc, what do I need to replace this with? Oh, sorry, you're probably hearing our house heater going off. It's getting cold. I don't know. It's not even that cold in Southern California right now, but the heater's on, so don't mind the heater. Anyways, you want to replace that with something like green tea, and I really like green tea. It reacts fairly well, in your body. Plus, it has L-theanine, doesn't give you that crash like coffee does, or these Monster energy drinks. So I like green tea as a way to get your body still getting that energy boost, but you're not really getting on that edge. So step one, you got to cut out the stimulants. Okay, so even the caffeine supplements, guys. I see a lot of people doing like those 4-hour energy drinks, popping caffeine pills, all that kind of stuff. You got to cut those out. Step two, you need to get your diet right. And the way you get your diet right is cutting out all refined sugars. You got to be a stickler about refined sugars. And you got to be a label reader, by the way. So you got to be able to look at the foods that you're eating, because sometimes people cut out the sugars and they say, well, I'm going to eat more protein. But you got to look at your proteins, because a lot of the proteins will have some type of hidden sugars in this. So you got to read the labels. Sometimes sugars may be used as a preservative in some of the proteins. Okay, what's safer to do is cutting out the refined sugars and replacing that with fats, because one of the common complaints when people start cutting out refined sugars is that they get further into fatigue. Well, if you start getting more fats into your diet, then your body is able to utilize that fat for energy. And I'm gonna say this time and time again, eating fat does not make you fat. So we need to get that out of our head and realize that we need to be eating more fats, stuff like avocados, coconut oil, macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts, the good fats that will give us that long sustaining energy. Okay. And the reason why we want to stay away from these highly refined carbohydrate sugars is what it does to our insulin levels and cortisol. It causes it to spike and then drop, and we go on this roller coaster ride, and we're really taxing our adrenal glands. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to eat a diet more rich in fats, and then also with dark green leafy vegetables, stuff like kale, other things. This is one of the tricks that we use in the office. Is I have patients who are going through fatigue, and I have them eat zucchinis and mushrooms. Okay, this should be a staple part of fatigue programs. Zucchinis and mushrooms. You can even saute it. Mix that with your fats, butter. Butter's a real good one. Raw, unpasteurized butter. Coming from grass-fed cows. Sauteing that with some onions, zucchinis, mushrooms. This is a really, really great recipe to help boost back up your adrenal glands. So step 2 is getting your diet right by cutting out the refined carbohydrates and eating more fats, the good fats, by the way. Okay. Step 3 is you need to get good quality sleep. Most people, like I said, aren't getting high quality sleep. They may be getting enough sleep, but their quality and level of sleep is very poor. So here's one thing that I want to impress upon your minds is that you need to turn down the lights, right? Bob Marley said, turn your lights down low. You got to turn down the lights as the evening progresses, okay? Because our bodies are attuned to sunlight. Okay, so as the sun sets, our body starts to slow down. Melatonin should rise so that our body can get into a restful mode. The problem is that we have blaring lights, especially the fluorescent lights, and the light coming off of your phones and your laptops. The blue spectrum of the lights really messes with your circadian rhythms and will just cause this drastic drop in the amount of melatonin that your body is able to naturally produce. Okay, this will also spike your cortisol response. So what you want to do is turn the lights down low. If you need to work on your laptop or your phone, make sure you turn on the sunset feature if you have the iPhone. And you can also download a program called Flux for your computer, which will dim the blue spectrum of light, so that your screen will look like this amber tinge, and it may look weird, but it's cutting down the amount of blue light that's reaching your eyes. Other thing you may do is you can wear like red tinted glasses if you don't have those, I guess, that app or the thing that you can install on your laptop. So you got to turn on the lights. Second thing is when you go to sleep, make sure that your room is as dark as possible and it's cool. Okay, don't have like a night light blaring, or you having your alarm clock. Even an alarm clock can be sitting by you, can actually cause disruption in quality sleep. Okay, so you want to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. If you want more information on more tips and strategies for quality sleep, check out Sean Stevenson. He was a guest on the podcast. Check out his book, Sleep Smarter. So many great strategies. If you haven't read it already, go ahead and read it. I'll link to that book in the show notes so that you guys can go and go ahead and read it and buy it. And I mean, it's packed full of information and great strategies. All right, step 4, you got to get hydrated. Everybody knows this part. I'm a big stickler about water. Really, really simple. You got to get hydrated. 1 liter of water for every 50 pounds of body weight. That's your baseline. And then if you want to get even more water on top of that, add 1 more liter on top of that, just for good measure. All right, simple. Step 4, get hydrated. And step 5, you got to be supplementing your diet. All right, so there are a few key nutrients that we want to key in on, and these are your B complex, because this will help drive the powerhouse of your cell known as your mitochondria. Okay, so this will help increase how your body is able to utilize the fuel source, glucose, right? Utilize that for energy to be more efficient to drive and produce more ATP. Others things like pantothenic acid and vitamin C is great to help reboost your adrenal glands, renutrify. Is that even a word? Renutrify. Maybe if that isn't a word, I just made it up and we're going to put it in Webster's dictionary. It's going to be one of our brand new words for 2017. I always wanted to make it into the dictionary. Anyways, pantothenic acid and vitamin C, okay, especially during times of stress. If you're stressed out, you haven't been getting a lot of sleep, maybe you suffer from a chronic illness. Pantothenic acid and vitamin C is very, very important. And also CoQ10. CoQ10 will help your mitochondria to function a lot better. And that's one of the crux of chronic diseases is the mitochondria being destroyed. And we're going to have a whole episode on mitochondriopathies. That's how when your mitochondria don't work properly and all the things that come out because of mitochondria not functioning properly. So step 5, you got to supplement your diet. Pantothenic acid, vitamin B complex, vitamin C, CoQ10. Those are some of my favorites to help out getting your body back up from fatigue. All right, step 6, you got to be taking an herbal adrenal adaptogen. Now, what these adaptogens do is that it helps your body, helps specifically your adrenals to balance out. So if your adrenals are low, it'll bring it back up to normal. If your adrenals are high or hyper functioning, it'll bring it back down to normal as well. Okay, so I typically put patients on 2 main adaptogens. One is called ashwagandha, and the other one is Siberian ginseng. Okay, and these are my favorite ones. I have another one that I like called rhodiola, and these really help your adrenal glands to get back up to normal. Another one, and this is one of the superstars that we like to use, is called cordyceps. And cordyceps it's classified as a mushroom, but it's not really a mushroom. It's a relative to the mushroom, and it's a fungus. And what this does is it just improves your body's vitality, gives your body that energy boost without being a stimulant on your body. And this is something that you can take as a powder or capsule form, and it just gives your body that boost in energy. I've been talking a lot lately about the Organifi green drink, and this gives your body the B complex, gives your body the ashwagandha. So it's helping to restore the adrenal glands, helping to restore some of the nutrients that your body's been depleted in. And it also helps detoxify your body. And that's one of the big reasons why your mitochondria stops working properly, is because of toxins. So if we can get the toxins out, and replenish and renutrify. Is that even a word? I gotta go look that up now. It sounds like a word, but I don't even know. But giving your body back the nutrients that it needs, all in one package. So that's the reason why I like the Organifi green drink. And it covers pretty much all of your bases, and it tastes good. So if you don't have your green drink yet, just go to www.whatupdocuniversity.com/green drink. There's a few specials going on right now, or I don't know when you're going to be listening to this for some of you, but take a dive into the green drink, and you'll feel a lot of difference with that. So whatupdocuniversity.com/green drink, and then you can get 15% off of your order. And step 7 is you got to get your body moving. So this is stuff like light to moderate exercise. And also, if you need to get some body work done, which I highly suggest, massage and chiropractic, this is what I recommend to our patients in our office, because if you don't have your spinal joints moving, your extremity joints moving properly, it's going to be hard to exercise and get that proper movement. So you gotta get movement. And what the movement does is it stimulates your lymphatics, right? We got to get the lymphatics moving, because that helps to move the toxins out of your body. Toxins staying stagnant will then back up into your cells and start destroying your mitochondria, which will then make you even more tired. So we got to do everything to keep our body circulating, right? We don't want stagnancy. And exercise and movement is one of the key ways of doing that. Massage therapy is really important to get the stuck fluid in your lymphatic vessels out. Go back in one of the episodes, we talked about using the compression boots from recovery pump. That's another way of pumping out your lymphatics. All of this is to just get stuff moving because your body needs circulation. Circulation means delivery of nutrients, delivery of oxygen, and removal of waste. That in and of itself is a recipe for success to get you out of fatigue, right? So there you have it, guys. 7 simple steps. Let me go and read this back to you. Read back the list. All right. Step 1, you got to cut out the stimulants. Step 2, get the diet right. Cut out refined sugars and eat more fat. Step 3, you got to get good quality sleep. 6 to 8 hours is essential. Step 4, you got to get hydrated. 1 liter of water for every 50 pounds of body weight. Step 5, supplementing your diet. Pantothenic acid, B complex, vitamin C, CoQ10. Those are some of the good ones. Taking an herbal adrenal adaptogen, ashwagandha, Siberian ginseng, cordyceps. And then step 7 is you got to get your body moving. There you have it, guys. So implement these steps. I want to see how you guys are doing. If you've been suffering with fatigue, see how this does for you. And then if you fall into that 30%, hit me up. Let me see how I can help you get over that hump, because there may be something, further. We do distance consultations. Give our office a call at 949-679-7676, 949-679-7676. And let's see how we can help you out, get you over that fatigue hump. Now, if you found this of value, please share this with your friends and family. Like I said before, our goal for 2017 is to double our listenership, and we're well on our way thanks to you listeners that are just doing a great job of sharing this message with your friends and family. And join our Facebook group. Every Wednesday I do a Q&A session where I answer your most pressing health questions. You can join our group at www.whatupdocuniversity.com/FB group, www.whatupdocuniversity.com/FB group. All right, guys. I hope this was something that you can utilize. Maybe you can pass along to a loved one or a friend. And I'm looking forward to our next episodes and chatting with you guys. Maybe I can see you guys online. Tag us on Instagram, tag us on Twitter. WD Podcast. Those are our call signs. Call signs. Reminds me of Top Gun. On Twitter, on Instagram. Let us know how you're doing, and if you have any questions, comments. In our next couple episodes, I'm going to be doing some Q&A sessions. People have a lot of questions, so I'm going to be doing some Q&A, answering some of your most pressing questions. We got an episode on gout, and how to read your lab tests, make sense out of it. All of these things. Just, our whole goal is to help you to get the proper information to make you and your family and your friends the healthiest you that you can be. If you enjoyed this episode, please go to our iTunes channel and leave us a 5-star review and tell us what you think. But till next time, I'll be in your earbuds. Be well and aloha.